Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Cadillac CT4-V.
And a big thanks to Jackson at AutoNation Cadillac in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium car or SUV in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the CT4 replaced the ATS as Cadillac's compact sedan back in 2020. For 2024, the V-Series that you see here sits right in the middle of the pack in terms of performance and luxury. It's not quite as aggressive as the Blackwing that we just reviewed in this channel, cranking out a whopping 472 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque, which is enough to get the CT4 to 60 in under 4 seconds. It is more aggressive than the base model of the 2-liter turbo, which cranked out 237 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. Decent numbers, enough to get the CT4 to 60 in around 6 seconds, but the 2.7-liter turbo 4-cylinder we have here is more aggressive, with a pretty healthy 325 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, enough to get the CT4 to 60 in around 5 seconds. The 2024 V-Series Cadillacs are seeing their 20th anniversary this year, and on top of 20th anniversary badges spread all throughout, we also get 4 new paint colors. The 2024 CT4-V starts at $47,000, which makes it quite the performance bargain. What else we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So on top of being a performance bargain already, this is just about a base model. The only option that we have here are the red Brembo brake calipers and a cold weather package, which I know is super important for Florida. Anyway though, for standard features, we still get this super aggressive black grille, front parking sensing, LED projector headlamps with an LED daytime running light. I really like this front end styling, definitely one of the best lookers in the segment. We mentioned the 20th anniversary badges. Right here on the grille we see our first one, functional airflow in the corners, the wheel and tire setup. Pretty aggressive, not quite as aggressive as the Blackwing we just reviewed in this channel, but to be expected. We get a 5-lug pattern, 18-inch rims, which is the same size as the Blackwing, but not quite as wide for the dimensions. Up front, we get 235 wide, 40 series 18-inch rims. The tires are Continental Sport Contact 6 SSR Summer Performance tires. So they're pretty grippy tires, but they're not quite as wide as what we would get from the Blackwing. The V badge in the corner, that subtle gloss black lip. For the side skirt area, we get smart access for all 4 doors, just like the Blackwing. Body color mirror, I kind of wish it was blacked out. It was a complaint that I had in the Blackwing, so I'm not going to knock it here on the regular V. LED turn signal on the mirror, blind spot monitoring on the glass, black trim for the window trim, and I'm really liking the tints. We don't get a moonroof. In the aftermarket, I recommend blacking out this roof. I think a 2-tone contrast would look killer with the Summit white paint. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Out rear, we don't get a Brembo brake caliper, just a single piston, kind of like the lower trims on the Camaro. But unlike the lower trims in the Camaro, we get a red painted rear brake caliper, which is one of my biggest complaints for my Camaro. Also, what I'm noticing is we don't get an offset tire setup. They're still 235 wide out rear, so we'll see how this pretty healthy turbo 4-cylinder puts the power down. They're 235/40 R18s, of course, still the Continental Sport Contact 6 SSR Summer Performance tires. Out rear, we get LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights, rear parking sensing, quad exhaust tips. We get the Cadillac badge. Shout out AutoNation Cadillac in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. We still get the lip spoiler, but it's not black like it was in the Blackwing. Still looks pretty aggressive. V badge in the corner, shark fin style antenna, and I'm really liking the tints. We get a pretty aggressive rear diffuser separating the quad exhaust tips. And speaking of the quad exhaust tips, let's fire up this 2.7-liter turbo 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 2.7-liter turbo 4-cylinder sold by Cadillac for the 2024 CT4-V. And it sounds pretty aggressive for what it is. Yes, this is basically the same motor that you would get standard in a Chevy Silverado, but that's pretty good. That's a very heavy, full-size pickup truck, and with this power plant, it can get to 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds. Here, in this much lighter CT4, you can get to 60 in around 5 seconds, maybe quicker if you get a really good launch. It's a little bit of a rainy day today, and with these 235 wide Summer Performance tires, we're probably not going to get under 5 seconds, but even still, I would expect this thing to get in the low 5 seconds, even considering the slightly bad weather conditions. We get strut tower braces connecting the strut towers to the chassis, and in front of the radiator up front, we get additional supports 2 with the intercooler right down below. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. Cranking out 325 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, made it to GM's 10-speed automatic transmission. I appreciate the hydraulic struts and the V etched in this little liner for the hood. We can strut this hood right down, walk around this 2024 Cadillac CT4-V one more time. The 20th anniversary badges look really cool, spread all throughout, and we'll have more in the interior. Again, we get smart access for all 4 doors, blind spot monitoring on the glass, and that's all standard features. Remember, this is just about a base model CT4-V, which we'll check out on that window sticker. Still, we get stitching up top, leather stitching, 2-person memory seats, Bose premium audio, aluminum door handle, auto 1 touch up front, auto 1 touch out rear too, but only for the way down, not for the way back up. We get 4-way adjustable mirrors, child locks, pretty soft leather armrest, a little bit of storage out front, button to pop the trunk. It's not an electronically opening trunk, but it does pop it open so you don't have to press any buttons once you actually go out rear. Solid storage, you'll easily stack 2 footlongs on top of each other, fit a 24-ounce bottle out front, and 2 Bose speakers on the door panel. You can upgrade to the AKG audio system, which comes standard on the Blackwing, but this Bose premium audio still sounds more than good enough. The seats are not the microfiber Alcantara that we had on the Blackwing. It was like a $5,000 option, so honestly, if you're gonna be optioning up a V that heavily, might as well just go with the Blackwing. Anyway though, as you mentioned, the standard features are still really impressive. We get adjustable bolsters, adjustable thigh support, but it's manual, it's not automatic like it was in the Blackwing. 4-way lumbar, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Taking a step inside, we get an aluminum V nameplate. And taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. But first we notice the interior here, it's not quite the same as the Blackwing we just reviewed in this channel. The base price here is like $13,000 less, and the Blackwing we reviewed had almost $15,000 of options. So we're sitting like 25 grand below that price. So don't expect quite the same interior. However, we still get about 90% of the luxury from that interior, which I was not expecting. We don't get a heads-up display, we don't get the red stripe on the steering wheel, we don't get ventilated seats or the performance data recorder, but other than that, it is just as loaded with the Bose system instead of the AKG. Regardless, the steering wheel is still super thick, reminds me a lot of what you get from BMW. The 10 and 2 notch is solid, 9 and 3 is also solid. We don't get the carbon fiber trim on the steering wheel, but really, who cares? The sub $50,000 base price, this thing is sick. The Cadillac horn area is stitched with leather. The horn itself, loud and aggressive, just like it was in the Blackwing. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do get dual panes, just like on the Blackwing. Huge thumbs up to Cadillac for the premium attention to detail. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise control, heated steering wheel, and forward collision alert. You can hang up and answer your phone calls and voice commands. Volume and skip with your V mode 2 and adjust this infotainment cluster. Right now we're looking at tire pressure, air filter life, brake pad life, driver assistance, engine boost, and a blank screen. We can go all the way back up to trip 1, trip 2, fuel range, oil life, and tire pressure. My personal favorite screen here to look at all times would be the boost gauge, but we'll check out, see what else is available. Music, turn by turn with a compass. You could also check out the phone information and settings. Right now we're still in demo mode. You gotta press OK to be in the actual screen, and now we can check out the rest of it. No phone connected, compass, and the music. Again, my personal favorite would be to look at the boost gauge, so we'll leave it there. The tach goes to about 6,000 RPM, 180 mile an hour speedometer, temperature outside with a digital speedo right up top next to your clock. Coolant temperature in the right corner, gas level in the left corner, and that's about it for the gauge display. It's not the full digital display like the Blackwing, but I actually kind of prefer this over the Blackwing display. The stocks have a pretty satisfying click, just like the Blackwing. Auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. Also appreciated for the price point. Aluminum paddle shifters, electronic parking brake, and the interior brightness. We don't get a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel like the Blackwing, but it's still tilt and telescoping. We get a full stitch dashboard, speakers on the dashboard itself. They're Bose speakers, 8-inch touchscreen just like on the Blackwing. It was a little bit of a complaint. The response is still excellent, but unlike the competition and some of the other newer Cadillac models, the screen's just a little bit small. We don't get navigation like we had in the Blackwing, but we still get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. My personal favorite screen to look at all times would just be this home screen with a hard button for the home screen. 2 air vents, engine start, stop, dual zone automatic front climate control, heated seats. You can turn off the parking sensors, hazards, lane keep assist, and the heated seats for the passenger. Wireless charging pad, Stitching for where your knee will often hit. The gear selector controls the 10-speed automatic transmission. You can adjust the volume and skip control right here in the center. It's a nice location for the driver and a front passenger. If you don't want to get fingerprints all over your touchscreen, you get your shortcuts with hard buttons right here down below. Music, phone, dial, return, and the home screen. More stitching surrounding it. Carbon fiber surrounding the cup holders. You have your auto engine start stop. We'll disable for this review. Auto hold, traction control you can disable, and our drive mode selector. We get sport, track, snow and ice, and my mode, as well as tour. We'll start the review off in track, transition into tour, and just see what the differences are. Nice little storage spot for a phone or a wallet. The armrest has this brown tan contrast stitching. It's not the softest armrest, but definitely soft enough. Storage space is solid, just like the Blackwing. You'll fit 8 to 10 12-ounce cans, USB-A and C port, and a SD card above the 12-volt. It's all lined and felt, very premium design. The materials outside of this glove box are still rubberized, lined and felt, and just like the Blackwing, you're fitting 25-ish license plates. Easily fit a pair of shoes. You might be able to squeeze in 2 pairs of shoes. We get a frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror. It's not a digital rear view mirror, but really not a big deal. The interior lights are LED, 3 garage HomeLink settings, OnStar, SOS, and the adjustments for the passenger lights. You're gonna get the Alcantara microfiber headliner like the Blackwing because it had the $5,000 package, but again, really not necessary. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. Again, smart access even out rear. Up top, we still get the leather stitching, aluminum door handle, aluminum underneath it, 2 Bose speakers on the door panel, and some leather stitching with perforation in the center. Decently soft armrest, storage spot, no storage beneath it, but it's still plenty of storage inside, especially with the map pockets, which we didn't get in the Blackwing. The rear seats, the padding goes all the way out to the door frame. The bolstering is solid, very couch-like rear seats. The space, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I don't have the most space, but definitely a little bit more spacious than the Blackwing. I was a little bit more reclined in that video, but I got about an inch, maybe an inch and a half of knee room. Headroom, I have about half an inch to an inch. If you're over 6'2", you may be starting to run out of space, but if you're under 6'2", you should have absolutely no problem. We get rear air vents as well, 12-volt. The center cubby has a rope, very soft leather. You'll fit 2 24-ounce bottles in there. The interior lights back here are LED, and we get a hook underneath both rear grab handles. That's about it though, guys, for the back seat. Surprisingly spacious, about as spacious as a 3 Series, maybe a little bit less spacious than a 3 Series, but for the most part, it's the exact same thing. Underneath the Cadillac badge, we have an electronically opening rear tailgate, also a really impressive feature. It must not have been activated on the Blackwing video, but it was still available on the Blackwing. The storage space, as we mentioned in the Blackwing video, is very impressive, very wide opening, and the wheel wells don't protrude too much for the rear seat cutouts. So you'll be able to squeeze probably a 55-60 inch TV in here. I like the cutout, perfect for grocery bags. Fuse box in the corner. See if we have any secret storage down below, a little bit next to the Fix-A-Flat kit. We can shut this thing right up to shut the trunk. The trunk doesn't close electrically, it just opens electrically, but we can shut it right up. Walk around this 2024 Cadillac CT4-V one more time. It is a beautiful sports sedan. It looks premium, the interior is top-notch premium, and the base price is under 50,000 bucks. I apologize, I told you I would show you the window sticker. So let's hop right back inside and do exactly that for this 2024 CT4-V series with the Summit White exterior and the jet black interior with jet black accents. 2.7 liter turbo, 4-cylinder, 10-speed auto, $47,000 base price. You guys can pause, take a look at all of these standard features, and we get a lot of them. Options, 600 bucks for the cold weather package, super necessary in Florida. $595 for the brake calipers that are red. Those are the only options. $1395 for the destination, totals us out a tick under 50,000 bucks. Under 50K, you're not getting a better vehicle, sports sedan at least, for the money. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, but again, this is a beautiful sports sedan, well worth the sub $50,000 base price. Performance-wise, let's take this 2024 Cadillac CT4-V out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Cadillac CT4-V. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, we are currently in track mode, and the steering feels really good in track mode. The throttle is decently responsive for a turbo 4-cylinder. Let's readjust this a little bit. Yeah, I'm really liking the steering. The brakes don't feel quite as aggressive as the Blackwing, but to be expected. About half throttle. Woo! Yeah! Steering feels good. And coming out. Wow. This thing is still really, really quick. I don't really love the sound of the turbo 4-cylinder. You can still hear like the heritage from the Chevy Silverado with this power plant, but it makes a lot of power. Shifts, third gear, second gear on the gas, boost. Oh, and they're snappy. This 10-speed is a gem. All right, guys, we could try out a little turning radius test, see how sharp it is. It is pretty sharp. Try out an acceleration off the line, on the gas, boost. Woo! Wow, that thing takes off. No, it's no Blackwing, but it's not as drastic of a difference that I expected. Yeah, you'll be doing 0 to 60 about a second slower, but that's still really, really quick. We'll try it out in the manual mode, third gear, second gear, on the gas, boost. Yeah, guys, this thing has a lot of power. No, it's not going to keep up with a BMW M340i, but it will keep up with a 335i from like 5 to 10 years ago, which does say a lot for a vehicle that starts at $47,000, about halfway. It is such a strong power plant, and it's quiet in the interior. The Blackwing just reviewed in this channel that had the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, there was way more road noise than what we have here. Through the turn. Oh, what a blast. Alright guys, we can try it out through some twisties, second gear. It feels good on the gas. Feels awesome. Downshift, steering feels great. Body roll super controlled. Whew. 0 understeer too. It feels so planted, even with these 235 wide tires. Guys, this is a serious performance sedan, and I've said it 1,000 times already in this video. For the money, you're just not going to get this level of performance, this level of luxury, and this level of looks and refinement. It's just not going to happen. Like, look at this, guys. It's so nimble. It feels like a Camaro. It literally feels like a Camaro with a back seat. Transmission kicks. Whew. Twisties. Guys, this thing is so ridiculously sharp. You can hear the stuff flying around like crazy. Whew. We don't have to beat this thing up anymore. You can see the raindrops starting to fall. Good Lord, I was not expecting this thing to be this close when it comes to performance as the Blackwing. No, it's not as fast. It doesn't sound as cool, but it does everything else just as good. You put those same tires on this car, I think it might even handle better than the Blackwing. You're saving a couple $100 with this power plant over the Blackwing power plant. And you can feel it through those twisties. You put on a stickier set of tires, maybe not even a stickier set of tires, a wider set of tires up front and out back. Wow, you do a tight enough track, I can see this thing beating it around it. We can throw this thing back into tour mode and we can wrap things up, take it out of manual mode too. My first impressions, the throttle is less sensitive, the steering is way lighter. In tracking and sport mode, the steering in the V feels like the Blackwing feels in tour mode. So the steering here is a lot lighter than the Blackwing, but to be expected, it's not quite as aggressive of a performer. In terms of luxury and refinement, this is also miles ahead of the Blackwing. These Continental Sport Contact tires, the road noise is definitely significantly quieter than in the Blackwing. The exhaust noise is significantly quieter. So in terms of refinement and overall isolation from the road, this V is definitely better than the Blackwing. If that's what you're looking for and you're not looking to spend $60,000 to $70,000 on a performance sedan, you want to be around the $50,000 or less price point, which I'm sure is a lot of people, you still want to do 0 to 60 in 5 seconds or less. You want a great performing sedan. You You want a booming audio system, leather seats, leather dashboard, frameless auto-dimming rearview mirror, memory seats, countless other luxury features. I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 CT4-V, especially if you're cross-shopping with the German manufacturers. This feels as refined as most German cars that I've driven, and you're saving $10, $15, sometimes $20,000 compared to it. And if that's what you're looking for, guys, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Cadillac CT4-V. And a big thanks to AutoNation Cadillac in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium car or SUV in the Port Richey area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Jackson. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel's just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.